Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
It has been a cold Thanksgiving day, but we expect temperatures to climb as we head into the weekend. I'll have the very latest forecast for you.
Somebody is just that heartless to do something like this on a Thanksgiving morning.
A difficult morning for people in a Lexington neighborhood who found their tires slashed and Christmas decorations missing.
And helping those in need. Some people at the Salvation Army received a Thanksgiving meal today they won't soon forget. WKYT News at 5 starts now. Good evening to you and happy Thanksgiving. If you are going out holiday shopping tonight, make sure to bundle up. This Thanksgiving has a wintry feel. Many areas woke up to a coating of snow on the ground. The heaviest snow was south of Lexington around Pulaski and Laurel counties. We begin tonight with WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell. He is tracking the cold temperatures in the First Alert Weather Center. Hi, Jim.
Hello, Amber, and we are tracking that chill in the air and even more snow showers. These are in position a little more toward the north, putting the folks in northeastern Kentucky and throughout parts of central Kentucky under the little wintry weather here the past little bit. Now you're seeing more snow showers blowing up to our east, and some of those might be a little heavy from time to time, believe it or not. That might even have enough energy associated with them to maybe put a little dusting, a coating on the ground again. We put it all into motion here for you and throw in the cloud cover, and it has been a very cloudy day for folks outside of any of those snow showers. The earlier bands had more of a southerly track. Now you're getting in on another little weak piece of energy rotating through that's enhancing the snow shower activity yet again out there. Again, from our north back out to our west as well, we'll see more of this. As we look ahead to our weekend, we go into Saturday and we look into our Sunday. We're not talking about snow chances this weekend because look at daytime highs. We're up to around 49 degrees for a daytime high on Saturday, close to 60 on Sunday, and maybe in southern Kentucky some of those folks get to the 60-degree mark. But small chances of rain on Saturday night, and then a better, not much, but a better chance to see some showers coming our way for your Sunday. And then we'll see the bottom fall out of those temperatures again going into next week. I'll track that coming up for you in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much. It was not the start to the holiday that many people living in a Lexington neighborhood wanted. People on Hedgewood Court off of Woodhill Drive woke up today to find tires slashed and Christmas decorations stolen. As WKYT's Mark Barber tells us, victims say they are still finding reasons to be thankful today despite the vandalism. It's our top story at 5.
People who live in the apartments here on Hedgewood Court say they found tires slashed on 22 cars this morning. But they say not only were cars hit, Christmas decorations were stolen.
I don't understand why other people have to take other people's things. And I know times are hard and I know people are pressed for money. We are too.
While a tire on Mary Noel's Buick is flat, she says what hits her hardest is her missing Christmas decorations. She tells us her inflatable holiday decorations were stolen from her yard early this morning. Noel says the thieves didn't just steal from her, they stole from the children in the community because her Christmas decorations were the only ones around.
They thought they were just tearing up stuff, I guess, but they hurt families. And they got a really sad 10-year-old.
Many of Noel's neighbors, like LaFaithia Oliver, also had an unwelcome start to their Thanksgiving morning. Oliver says it's her birthday, and the flat tire on her SUV is a big problem because she can't leave for her holiday dinner until her car is fixed. She tells us she doesn't understand why vandals targeted this neighborhood on Thanksgiving.
It leaves me frustrated and angry and also hurt that somebody is just that heartless to do something like this on a Thanksgiving morning.
Oliver says even though she's very upset this happened, she isn't going to let it ruin her Thanksgiving because she says she still has plenty to be thankful for. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Police say 11 people in the neighborhood reported slashed tires. Investigators tell us they don't know who is behind the vandalism. Instead of hosting Thanksgiving dinner, a Harrison County family spent the day going through their burned out home, trying to see if anything is salvageable. That fire happened yesterday on Bobtown Road. As WKYT Sean Moody tells us, the owner has a warning for anyone who uses a kerosene heater.
Charles Coles lived in this house for more than 20 years. He'd planned on hosting Thanksgiving dinner this evening for friends and family. A fire yesterday, though, has left him without a home and destroyed just about everything inside. Cole said a kerosene heater exploded inside the house just before lunchtime yesterday. He wasn't home at the time, but he says he'd taken some people in to live with him. They were home when the fire started and tried to get it out with a garden hose, but they couldn't. By the time firefighters got the flames out, most everything inside was destroyed. Cole was planning to host a Thanksgiving dinner here this evening, but now he doesn't know what will come next.
It was going to be a little crowded, but not now. I mean, several people were coming out. And now it's nothing to come to.
Harrison County EMS crews have started collecting donations for the family. Several people have dropped things off at the station on Rogers Park Drive. A paramedic there said doing things like this for their community is important.
Oh, it feels wonderful. You know, like I said, you don't see enough of it in the community, and we really do. You know, we really need to watch out for each other.
And Cole says he has a warning for anyone else who might be using a kerosene heater.
Anybody that's got kerosene heaters need fire extinguishers around close.
And Cole said he does have other family here in town he can stay with for now. In Harrison County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
If you have any warm clothing or other items to donate, you can drop it off at the Harrison County EMS station on Rogers Park Drive. A Franklin County man and his son are facing theft charges this Thanksgiving, accused of stealing thousands of dollars from a Toys for Tots program. A grand jury indicted 51-year-old Rusty Gaines and his son, 30-year-old Josh Gaines, for stealing more than $40,000 from the State Marine Corps League and the local detachment in Franklin and Anderson counties. Rusty Gaines was the former treasurer of the local group. Some of that money taken was meant for children in need this holiday.
It breaks my heart knowing that somebody would steal kids' toys for Christmas that wouldn't have a Christmas. I mean, a person would be pretty low to do that.
Because of the indictment, the local detachment of the Marine Corps will not be allowed to participate in this year's Toys for Tots campaign. The group, though, is doing their own toy drive this year called Toys for Kids. You can donate to the group tomorrow at the Big Lots in Frankfort. It was a Thanksgiving to remember for hundreds of people at the Salvation Army today. Among the volunteers serving a meal to those in need were UK coach John Calipari and members of the Kentucky basketball team. As players helped serve food, Coach Cal visited with people eating, slipping many in need a personal donation. This is the second year in a row the team has helped with the Thanksgiving meal. The Salvation Army served more than 400 people today. The Bluegrass Hospitality Group also gave back to those in need today. The Lexington-based restaurant group served a full-course sit-down meal to dozens of people in need at Sal's on Tates Creek Road.
How are you doing? Are y'all ready to eat some Thanksgiving dinner? How many you have today? We've done this for the past 8 to 10 years.
I think we're expecting about 2,200 today.
Well, we do this because it's rewarding, not only for us, but it's also good for our community. You get turkey, you get green beans, you get rolls, you get cranberry, you get dessert, you get mashed potatoes, gravy, you get the whole fixins, you get the whole 9 yards today. Sort of try to spread the Thanksgiving cheer around a little bit and make sure those that don't have people to spend Thanksgiving with can come here and have a good Thanksgiving. You all enjoy your Thanksgiving.
All right, Sal served more than 2,000 plates today. Several local churches and other organizations also helped with today's meal. U.S. troops serving away from home in Afghanistan are getting a taste of home cooking this Thanksgiving. The U.S. military flew in nearly 30,000 pounds of turkey, 6,000 pies, and 840 gallons of eggnog to American forces in Kabul and around the country. This is the last Thanksgiving celebration before the U.S. and NATO combat mission ends December 31st.
I will be home next year, and I'm looking forward to that more than anything.
I'd like to say happy Thanksgiving to family and friends back home. Be safe, take care.
There are about 24,000 U.S. service members still in Afghanistan, and we thank them for their service. Well, forget Black Friday. Holiday deals are starting right now. Many retailers just opened their doors for shoppers. WKYT's Jordan Valines is live for us at Toys R Us on Nicholasville Road, where the madness is already underway. Hi, Jordan.
That's right. The doors here at Toys R Us opened just a few minutes ago at 5 o'clock. They actually just let in the second group of shoppers. Obviously, they're really only letting in just a few people at a time in order to prevent any chaos from occurring. The dozens of shoppers who were first through the door didn't waste any time hitting the aisles and searching for those toys. The crowds were a bit quick moving at first. Thankfully, though, all of the people in here are being polite, and so far we haven't seen any pushing or any shoving. Today, we spoke with shoppers who came out here after finishing their Thanksgiving meals, determined to save big on the most sought-after toys with the hundreds of deals and doorbusters that are available.
A lot of people just trying to get the best deals possible. It's probably more tradition for them than anything, because a lot of times you can get the same things online, so I guess it's more of the fun factor.
Store employees here say that some of the biggest deals will only last up until 9 o'clock tonight. Live in Lexington, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Jordan, thank you. And Toys R Us will remain open until 11 p.m. tomorrow night. Lexington High School was in the national spotlight this morning. Paul Laurence Dunbar's marching band performed in the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. Dunbar was one of a dozen marching bands to take part in the parade. More than 3 million people lined the parade route to watch the bands, floats, and performers. More than 50 million people tuned in to watch the parade on television. A Kentucky man is recovering tonight after a hand transplant. Later on WKYT News at 5, why this surgery was different from any other that surgeons have performed before. And you won't just find special deals at stores tonight, why you may get deep discounts today if you shop online.
WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
On this Thanksgiving Day, protesters in Ferguson, Missouri continue to demand justice. This after a Missouri grand jury chose not to indict police officer Darren Wilson in the shooting death of 18-year-old Michael Brown. But the scene today was a far cry from the destruction and chaos of the first 2 nights after the decision. Many protesters say they'll be there as long as it takes to get justice.
It should definitely be peaceful, but at the same time, that rioting and that looting is also a necessary evil. It's brought awareness and brought attention.
Demonstrations continue to spill over into other cities. In Oakland, California, protesters ran through the streets and smashed windows last night. Tonight, a 67-year-old Bowling Green man has a new hand. He is now the 9th patient ever to receive a hand transplant from a special team of Louisville doctors. As Christina Mora has more on why this surgery was different from others.
To celebrate yet another historic moment for Jewish Hospital.
Another pivotal moment for this special group of Louisville surgeons, and even more so for 67-year-old Jim Ray. He is now the 9th patient to undergo hand transplant surgery in Louisville since 1999. His case is unique for a number of reasons. First, the sheer size of the transplant.
It was basically close to the elbow, and there was about 10 centimeter of the forearm present.
Also, the surgeons that had to amputate his arm are the same doctors that gave him a new one.
I was on call and when he was brought to University Hospital. For a surgeon, it's very difficult to amputate an arm, and at that level, in the forearm level, it's a very disabling thing.
And Ray is now part of a clinical trial for a new treatment that will help prevent rejection of the transplant. The doctors emphasize none of this would be possible without a donor.
And the most important message that I can give to you at this time of Thanksgiving is thank goodness for donor families. They sit, they share their thoughts about wanting to be an organ donor, or they sign up on the organ donor registry, and that's what makes press conferences like this a possibility.
What an amazing gift, and that was Christina Mora reporting. The patient, Jim Ray, lost his hand in 2012 in a drag racing accident. Her daughter has been missing for months. Now on this Thanksgiving holiday, a Kentucky mother is asking for anyone with information to come forward. Her plea for help is coming up on WKYT News at 5:30. And if you are planning to shop online this weekend, you may actually want to start tonight. Why Thanksgiving Day is becoming the new Cyber Monday. That's next in Better Living. It is time now for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Holiday shopping is starting earlier than ever this year, and that includes online. If you're waiting for Cyber Monday, you may miss out on some of the best deals. As CBS's Jill Wagner explains, you can find the deepest discounts today.
Which one should we get? What shape should we get?
Jay Van Buren is taking her son from New York City to Philadelphia for Thanksgiving. She'll pack up some toys and her laptop, because after the turkey and pumpkin pie, she's going shopping.
I will not be going to any stores for their sale. I'll be shopping online. That's easier.
And Jay won't be alone. Experts say the best bargains for the holiday shopping season this year can be found online on Thanksgiving Day itself.
The data indicates that Thursday is going to be the lowest price day of the entire year on average.
Tamara Gaffney is an analyst at Adobe Systems. They crunched the numbers for online shopping trends and found on Thanksgiving, retailers will discount items by 24% on average. That's a bit better than Black Friday, when shoppers will see a 23% discount. On Cyber Monday, items will only be slashed by about 20%. There's another reason to shop online Thanksgiving Day. You'll have a better shot of getting just what you want.
And by the time we get to Cyber Monday, there are 5 times more out-of-stock situations.
Especially, she says, for the season's hottest gifts. For adults, it's the iPhone 6 and Roku. And for kids, it's anything related to Disney's blockbuster hit Frozen.
There's a Frozen coat, perfect for his little cousin.
And that's why this Thanksgiving, Jay says she'll be keeping her laptop close at hand. In New York, Jill Wagner, CBS News.
The National Retail Federation estimates 140 million people will shop this holiday weekend, spending an estimated $50 billion. A new study found a majority of Americans with dementia have never seen a doctor about their memory and thinking problems. Doctors in Michigan report more than 1 million seniors with dementia have not been screened and evaluated. They say early detection can help manage the condition. And a possible breakthrough in detecting cancers of the blood. Scientists at Harvard and MIT say they're tracking cell mutations before they become cancers, and the findings may provide new ways to identify and prevent leukemia, lymphoma, and other diseases. For more